What's up, you all? What's going on? How y'all doing? Can y'all hear me? Am I on? Is this thing on? Is this thing on? Look at them girls with the Dave Duke song. Look at them girls with the Dave Duke song. Anyway, y'all, I'm just here because Florida is really covering this Diddy thing hard. Florida is really covering this Diddy thing hard. So I'm gonna let y'all get in here. But Florida is covering this, and then we're gonna talk about some other things. But Florida is really covering this Diddy thing. My God, y'all can hear me. So anyway, look at them girls with the Dave Duke song. Anyway, you all. So today I'm watching Channel 9. I think it's WPIO, and they have another station in Miami. And these are really big stations in Miami. I remember WPIO when I lived down in Miami. So they are covering this. And it seems like a lot of people were with Diddy, but Diddy didn't take them. And so Diddy's plane is back in Florida, but Diddy ain't in Florida. Now they done arrested Diddy, drug mule, and they said that the man had candy laced with drugs and not only weed, but other stuff. And it's deep. So they're arresting all of these people around Diddy. But Uncle Luke said something that was really interesting. But Uncle Luke, you ain't ish. And I'm gonna tell you why Uncle Luke ain't ish, because Uncle Luke coming to defend the man, but then Uncle Luke gonna throw the man under the bus. Okay, Uncle Luke, boy, y'all something else. Y'all something else. Ooh, that new E-Class is real cute. Come on, Mercedes, being that E-Class. But Uncle Luke said that when Diddy backed out of that beverage deal, that's when all the mess started happening, according to Uncle Luke. And Uncle Luke said they have been building this case. So about time Diddy gets in front of a jury, they would be so tainted with what's going on that he is automatically a goner. Then Uncle Luke said, but I ain't, he said, and so they asked, didn't you party with Diddy? But Uncle Luke said, well, I went to his parties, but I left after a certain time. I'm like, Uncle Luke. Uncle Luke said, I was there, baby. If that didn't sound like TD Jakes and that Christian rapper who the Lord said, because people was looking after him because they knew he's a Christian rapper, and they said around about 11 o'clock, you need to be pushing up on out of here. Uncle Luke said the same thing. Okay, Uncle Luke said, I am not. Now, Uncle Luke said, I'm going to give my opinion, but don't ask me if I was at that party because I left. I'm like, Uncle Luke, here you are, the king of dirty rap. Dirty rap came because of you, Uncle Luke. And Uncle Luke, I remember you had that script club, okay? Baby, Uncle Luke had a nasty script club where the women would get a bottle and they would do something with the bottle, and they wanted you to see that they was doing what they was doing on the bottle. That's why they used the bottle. And so, Uncle Luke, you are not squeamish. You are not a prude. This is not your first go round, Uncle. Uncle Luke. You know what go on at them parties, but Uncle Luke said, he said, I leave. Oh, Luke. But Luke did bring up a situation. So Luke said that that man denied some people, and they after him now. And notice now, Diddy ain't been charged with nothing. Diddy ain't been charged with nothing. Now people getting arrested. Diddy ain't been charged. Let me say this too. It's against the law to get sex workers. It is against the law to get sex workers. But now it's the underage thing that's really getting them. It's the underage thing. And so now this is why you got Homeland Security. They trying to do a Weinstein thing with Diddy. And Luke say they trying to wrap that around Diddy. So we're gonna see what happens. We're gonna see what happens. But one thing I'm gonna say is black people, if they can get white people like Weinstein and Epstein, black people, don't think that you are above the law. If these white folk ain't above the law, you ain't above the law either. And see, people be giving folk false sense of security because you got a little power and you can make things move a little bit. And see, this is what, let me tell you something. This the same thing going on in this YouTube beef sector. Honey, people think they Leona Helmsley and they think they Martha Stewart and let me tell you something. I mentioned them women because at some particular point in time they had to go to jail. Martha went to jail, okay? And y'all thinking y'all all of this and this and let me say this. This internet is, baby, the police gonna catch up with this. Now, don't think because you getting by that you getting away. You getting by, but you ain't getting away. Cause y'all doing some things. I'm just saying. So I'm wrapping it all here. Okay. Diddy, you had them cameras. And the thing with Diddy that's so scary is that he had cameras all in the house and everything. And Diddy ain't on that plane. That plane came back, but Diddy ain't come back on that plane. So Diddy, is you hiding out? Diddy, and then JLC came in and said that he sold all of his stocks in one of his companies. So is Diddy gonna be like that man? What's his name? Was it Phil Spectrum? What's his name? The one who got caught. He was in the music industry as well for doing backhand and stuff, and he left the United States and ain't never come back. So Diddy gone. Diddy gone. Diddy said, "Look, I got money and I'm out." So we'll see. Feds just subpoena all companies tied to Diddy. Yeah, but baby, Diddy got that money. See, y'all don't understand. If JLC is telling the truth, then Diddy got that money and jetted. And a lot of people getting ready to get caught up with Diddy. Now, I just heard Shula King said, I ain't worried about the men. It's Missy Elliott. Because Missy Elliott was saying that she was doing something yee while Diddy was watching or something. Baby, Missy Elliott put it in her rap. Missy Elliott, what you doing? Missy Elliott, get your freak on. Get your freak on. Quiet. Hush your mouth. Watch it wild. Spit it out. Come on. Is that your gig? Come on. Huh? Beep, beep. Where are the keys to my Jeep? Room. Da, da, da. I can't stand the rain. Against my window. I can't stand the rain. Ooh, there goes my shirt all over my head. Oh my. Ooh, I'm turning red. Who could this be? I looked over to the left, a reflection of myself. Okay, but Missy Elliott was talking about something. I was feeling so good. I had to catch my breath. Okay, Missy, you've been in a lot of stuff. Okay, in plain sight, Missy. I'm just saying. Baby, Shula King, I forgot about that. Oh, somebody said Missy was singing her truth. So Cuba Gooden, people looking at you crazy now. Where is the money? Where is the money, Cuba Gooden Jr.? And see, this is what I'm saying. I'm tired of these men sleeping with men and making our community look bad. And Cuba Gooden Jr. got cheering and stuff and doing all of this. That's why I don't care if people get married. Sometimes this marriage ain't nothing but a smoke screen, so y'all don't really see what's going on. Because Diddy seemed like he been messing with a lot of people, married, gay, straight, trisexual, bisexual, all sexual. Okay. Seemed like Diddy likes it all. Men, women, all of that. He said that man said that man touched him. So I'm tired of this mess. So, but Luke was standing up for Diddy until he said he didn't go to none of them parties, at least not after hours. I heard they messing with a lot of people. I'm just tired of this because there is a thing called men sleeping with men. They do not identify as gay. They do not identify as same gender loving. They just sleep with men, but they're not gay. It's real prison mentality, and I just think it's terrible because when bad stuff happens, then everybody want to go blame the gays. Okay, and yeah. So I want to say that. My God, today. Anyway, you all, what else is going on with you all today? I'm telling you what, y'all, I had a blessed and highly favored evening. I mean, afternoon, rather. And God is good to me. Hallelujah. God is good to me. And so I'm just enjoying life. I did see this Diddy thing. Now, baby, Henny Wise, every once in a while I get a little whiff of that Henny Wise over there. Oh yeah, I'm gonna drop my link, Brian. But I done got a little hint of that Henny Wise and Henny Wise and people telling folk what these people's deal is. And again, you all, this is why I'm like, y'all better watch who y'all let come on. Sometimes, let me say this, y'all. Sometimes we make mistakes. And let me be quite honest. Sometimes we make mistakes because we think everybody who comes over are for our benefit in other sectors. But we should learn from our past. And now I don't let people from other sectors come on my platform unless they have been vetted. Now I let Sister T come on my platform because Sister T and I had a conversation. It was a really good conversation. I deal with that. But these men and all of this stuff, y'all got to be careful. And now the people saying that these people done got kicked out of somebody else's sector because they done did some real creepy grooming type things, and now they running all over here. And they say they do it. They say they do anything to get on the platform. And what they said is that they're trying to make a sector within a sector. Let me tell y'all something here right now. Let me say this very, very, very clearly. There is one thing about the beef sector. It is in tiers. And a lot of people y'all dealing with are not on OG tier. They mid-range and newbies. Because OGs don't go mess with y'all, and OGs rarely have them y'all on their platform. And I'm just gonna say that. So I think it's real interesting who people think B sector is. So let me just throw that on out there. Jay, did you talk about the ship that ran into the bridge in Baltimore? I did, Ebony 757. I talked about that last night. We had a moment of silence. Unfortunately, those men, y'all, are still they're still in that truck under those bridges, not the bridges, but the steel that collapsed. So they can't really move that truck until they move all of that tangled and mangled steel. And so now they're getting on the ship. Now I'm concerned because they had some toxic stuff on the ship and some of it is leaked, but they said that is people are in no immediate danger. Baby, if I lived around that area, I'll be boiling my water and I'll be putting a mask on every time I go outside because they told them people in Ohio that they were not in immediate danger, but them people's lungs and throat was hurting. So y'all be careful in Baltimore. Y'all know how these people are. Rico said, these others I see, they are full of three gentlemen. I clocked them. My. Rico the sleaze is clocking people. They started sending more money, cash app, and becoming members. Yep, it's a setup. Child, okay. You hear me? You hear me? Yeah, they still missing. Well, they know they two live, two guys live, and then I think they recovered two more, and I think the rest of them were in the truck. All righty, let me see. Well, F stop, no, they don't consider themselves that. Just like a lot of men in prison don't consider themselves that. So my thing is, if you don't consider yourself gay, then you're not a part of the community. So all I'm saying is it's a whole new different category because truly they are gay, but the gay community is saying you ain't gonna lay that on us. You're not gonna sit there and not live your truth, but yet want to blame us for these people's issues. Hell no. We got enough issues our own, and we don't need men sleeping with men who denying themselves and having wives and having children, but sleeping with folk. No. So they are gay men, but they don't identify as that. So they are men sleeping with men. Now you can think what you want, and that's fine with me, but they don't claim the community. And that's all I'm saying. So I'm not here to argue with anybody. I'm here just to let you know that there are some men, some who are in prison, some who are in entertainment industry, and they sleep around with men. They do not consider themselves gay. As a matter of fact, a lot of them will sit there and talk about gay people and laugh at gay people like it's a read, but yet they doing it. So that's what I'm saying. I mean, Usher don't consider himself gay, but he was over at Diddy Flavor Camp, and he don't really get into detail what happened at Diddy Flavor Camp. Hello, somebody. Cuba Cuba Gooden Cuba Gooden Jr. I never considered Cuba gay. I mean, I wasn't in his business all like that, but when he and all that man face like that, like he want to eat that man lips off, then I'm like, what the hell is going on? So that's all I'm saying. I am not saying Usher did anything. I'm saying that Usher seen a lot of stuff and he was exposed to a lot of stuff. And let me say something about Usher, since we want to talk about Usher. Didn't they have a silencer? Hold on now. Didn't they have a fixer in Usher's situation with them herpes? We don't hear about that herpes story no more. And it was 6 women and a man. And nobody ever talked about how the man got herpes. Did the man get herpes because he put his stuff somewhere, or did somebody put their stuff in him? What orifice gave the man herpes? Because that was news. Come on now, somebody. That was news. Now I'm saying alleged because I don't know, but the news said it was people who had herpes, and it was a man. And what they did, now let me tell you how these fixers do it, because baby, these fixers be working overtime. The fixer had everybody to focus on the big girl, because nobody would believe that big girl could pull Usher. So they focus on the big girl. But we forgot about everybody else. And that story went right on the way. The next thing you know, Usher doing a show in Las Vegas on roller skates. And then the next thing you know, he doing the Super Bowl. See, we don't forgot all about them herpes though. I didn't, but we done, yeah. So anyway, I'm gonna leave that right alone. Keep on moving. I mean, see, and I'm not saying that Usher is, but all I know is somebody got herpes. And since people claim they got herpes, and one of them people were a man, it was a man. Why did I know it was a man? Because they said a male. Okay, they said a male. And I know it was not the male man. It was a male who was a man. Okay, come on now. Baby, didn't it just disappear, Rico? Just disappeared right out of thin air. I tell you, when you got money, you can make things disappear. I told y'all they got fixers. Y'all know they got fixers. They got, y'all know they got fixers. So anyway, I'm gonna leave it right alone. But for that f-stop individual, this is what I'm talking about. I'm not saying that they're not gay. They probably are, but don't want to live in their gayness, and that's okay. but you're not part of the community. So the gay people shouldn't have to take them knocks and they shouldn't have to take them numbers because these are men sleeping with men. That's all I'm saying. Period. Let me drop this link. Let me drop this link for y'all. People getting all upset. So now I want to talk about this pastor who done fired his Sunday school teacher because he gay. Oh Lord, let me get on with this, baby. Since we talking about this gay thing, I'm gonna talk about the gay. Scooter High, all I'm saying is a man was getting herpes too. And I just want to know how he got them herpes. That's all. Did he drink a drink after Usher? It couldn't have been. You're right. It may not have been sexual. Okay, he might have had an outbreak or something and he drunk a Coca-Cola after the man. I'm just asking. I'm just telling you what the reporter said. Okay, that's all I'm saying. So anyway, let me get to this thing with this man at this church. So well, F-stop, that's all I'm saying. They don't claim the community. So that's all I'm saying. So y'all, it was this church, and this young man is in a relationship. I think he married to his husband, and he's gay. Okay? He has been a Sunday school teacher for this church for 14 years. Now, in the 14 years, this man done put out Facebook stuff and everything. This church was getting ready to make him the director of the Sunday school. Baby, they found out he was gay and they dropped him, baby, and he was very hurt and very distraught. And you know what? Let me tell y'all the truth now. I'm sorry. They knew that man was gay. I didn't even know that man, and I knew that man was gay. Okay, but that man said, "Oh my God." He said, "Because I walked up in the church and he said, I went in there and, I had been teaching for 14 years and oh my God, I was just devastated. I was just devastated." I'm like, girl, y'all knew that man was gay. Y'all knew he was gay the first day he went in there, but y'all needed somebody to teach the Sunday school class that day. And he happened to be good. And the people like his zestiness and his pizzazz. And y'all hired him. And then somebody brought it to your attention and y'all didn't want to look like a weak church. Y'all want to be real Pentecostal and hard. And then y'all follow that man. Because I knew that man was gay. I didn't even know him. He said, "Oh my God." He said, he said, "I'm devastated." He sounded like that, what's that tiger? Heavens to Murgatroyd. Okay, he sound like that cartoon character. Heavens to Murgatroyd. Okay, baby. I knew he was gay. They knew he was gay. The community knew he was gay. His mama and daddy and auntie them knew he was gay. All of them knew he was gay. 14 years. Now, he was very hurt. But baby, when I tell you them people lit that church up and they said the pastor was right for doing it and da 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 da. Let me say this to y'all people. And I'm not even going there. This man is married in a committed relationship with his partner. Y'all got folk who's sleeping around on a daily. Okay, y'all got people. Let me tell you, y'all, these church people are something. They pick and choose. Gay just happen to be something they like to target. But I know, and I'm not going to say no names because this is a real life situation. I know a deacon. Matter of fact, I know two deacons that they were cheating on their wives and the women were right at the church. And it got so bad that one of the women had to go to another church across the street because this woman was antagonizing her so badly. I know another deacon. His wife was terminally ill and he was cheating on her. And the children knew and all of this. And these people got up in age and they still deacons and the church knew about it. I'm going to leave that right there. And I'm not saying what the deacons was right because they should have been sat down. But these men were in a relationship with a wife and they was cheating on somebody. So, baby, I'm going to leave that right alone. And let me say this. Fornication is wrong for gay people, and fornication is wrong for straight people. But why do I go to these Pentecostal churches where they're wearing these jean skirts and they got 5 and 6 cheering? You see where I'm going with it? Fornication is wrong for everybody. Adultery is wrong for everybody. That's all I'm saying. So I'm not saying that sexual immorality gets a pass. But people in committed relationships and people who are monogamous and with one wife and one partner, baby, leave them folk alone. But y'all want to push all of this stuff, but yet you got these women in jean skirts and stuff. And I say jean skirts because they go to the most fundamental churches, but obviously that holiness didn't keep them from opening their legs. That holiness didn't keep them from hunching. And then we'll give them grace and mercy. That the baby ain't no mistake. The act was child bias. That's why I look at these church folk and keep on going. They ain't right. They ain't right in their spirit. I went to a church where these young ladies had to apologize in front of the church for getting pregnant, but the man was nowhere to be found. Baby, I don't have no problem with no holiness church. But they are most fundamental, the least educated for the most part, not all, but the least educated. This is why a lot of Kojic churches is having problems right now, because they only have a few folk who done went out and did their schooling, and they got all of these people just acting up. And the reason why I can talk about holiness churches and Baptist churches, I done played at half of them. I done seen it. I done seen how they operate. So judgmental, but yet they'll go get their daughter abortion. They'll tell you it's wrong to cut a life off, but they'll go across state lines and get their daughter abortion, and then they'll sit there and speak in tongues and slap oil all on you and try to make you feel like a bad parent where they can't even keep their own house straight. That's why I talk about them, because I know 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 them. At least some of the missionary Baptist churches in the AME church use real wine. Okay, for honey, they know they want to drink. Okay, I ain't mad at them. And I'm gonna say this, and this is just probably a guess, but I have a real strong feeling that my guess is right. I bet you the pregnancy rate in these fundamental holiness churches are much higher than those at the Baptist and the AME church. For some reason, I feel that them AME and Baptist people tell they cheering about birth control, and they really try to help them out because they take a realistic view of life. Now, this is not scientific, but I guarantee you, and let me say this, I love the holiness church because I grew up in it. I grew up in the Baptist and the holiness church, so I talk about what I know. Thank you, Jesus. And if you don't like it, that's sad. And that's your problem. But I'm going to tell it. I support anybody. So you up there supporting Republicans who would rather go ahead and get the child unalive when they there. See, this is what get me with Republicans. They want people to have the children, but then they'll put them in jail. Ain't that something? They so concerned for the unborn, but they don't give a damn about the ones that's here now. Ain't that something? As far as I'm concerned, that's between the woman and her God. That's between the woman and her God. You better be glad that men couldn't get pregnant, because, baby, it'd be abortions all over everywhere. Now they want to stop Mr. Pristone so the women don't have to get pregnant, or they can go ahead and do what they got to do. That ain't none of my damn business. They're going to have to give an account to God. But I tell you what, Don't bring no politics in here, because you got a whole man selling the Bible for $59 like a pulpit pimp pastor. Oh my God. You got these Christian nationalists, racist people, and you want to bring that up? You better go and sit down somewhere, ZYX. You sound stupid. That's the problem. I remember when Joycelyn Elders was the Joycelyn Elders was the Surgeon General. And I never forget, Joycelyn Elders went to her home state of Arkansas because baby, them Republicans getting abortions too. They getting abortions too. But I'm not here to talk about Democrats and Republicans right now. I'm here to talk about Joycelyn Elders. So Joycelyn Elders was from Arkansas. She was appointed by Bill Clinton. I think she was the Surgeon General. And she was trying to tell them black folk in Arkansas about birth control and condoms and stuff. And people say, because that ain't a God. Because our children ain't having no sex. Child, they had an HIV rate out the wazoo. The girls was getting pregnant. See, this is what I'm saying. This is the kind of stuff that I'm talking about right there. That kind of stuff. What's up, Brian?
Well, hello.
Hey.
I was coming up here to ask you. Um, it sounds like you're doing well. You have some great commentary tonight, but it sounds like you're doing a little bit extra judgment on that poor man, on that passer. And I said to myself, I say, from passer to passer, you've made mistakes before. And you've, stepped out on Mark before, to my knowledge,
You
allegedly.
don't know that, and I haven't.
Well, allegedly, to my
I
knowledge, because
haven't. So my thing
well,
is stick with the facts. So you
okay,
don't
well,
know that. Move on. We do know that that man was gay. We do know that he was at that church for 14 years, and we do know that that pastor released him, and we see that the man was gay on television. That's fact. So let's stick with that.
well, with the whole grinder situation, that
My thing is
that
this. Let's stick
okay,
with facts. Let's stick with
okay,
facts.
yes, sir.
Just stick with facts. So if you come up here to do this, then we could
No,
just
I
go
was
ahead and
coming
carry.
to
Let's stick with facts. Let's
listen.
stick with facts.
I
Because
come
I
with
don't
my
live in Houston and you don't live in San Antonio. And you don't know what I do and I don't know what you do. So let's
okay,
stick to facts.
okay, Pastor. My weapons are
Let's
down.
stick to facts. So let's go ahead. You may
Yes, sir.
proceed, but let's stick to facts.
Yes, sir. My weapons are down. I just wanted to just say that we all make mistakes out here, and I mean, maybe he, that Pope passer, but that's all I wanted to come and say. I just
Okay,
wanted
that's
to.
that. We know that you. Okay, so you got your moment. That's what you wanted to say.
I didn't
So
want no moment. I
let's
want.
stick to facts. The man was a Bible study teacher for 14 years.
Damn.
14 years. They knew who he was. They knew that. I'm sure the people saw his Facebook page. And the pastor all of a sudden said it's time for him to go. My question is, what made him wait for 14 years? You didn't see it? What was going on? So my question is to the pastor. Because my thing is, if that's your denominational policy, that's great. But 14 years, this man was doing this. This man never denied it. And all of a sudden he was let go. So my thing is, when did he come to that realization? That's all I'm saying. When did he come to that realization?
I
So
mean, this.
I mean, I don't feel sorry. This pastor is well educated. He know. I mean, he knew what was going on, and I'm not saying that he's bad pastor, but for 14 years. So my question is, what made you decide to do that at this particular point? And do you think that how you did it was in the right manner as
I mean,
well?
okay. So what are you talking about? Like, I guess coming out is what you're trying to say.
No,
Like,
he was already out. He was never in the closet.
okay,
The pastor knew, they knew who this man was for 14 years, Brian. This is not like
and they
a
and they
year
let him
ago.
preach,
This was not like 5 years ago. It was almost 15 years.
and they let this man preach at the church.
He was over their Bible study. As a matter of fact, he was getting ready to be promoted to be over the whole Bible study, the whole educational department.
Okay, so what's wrong with that? I mean, if they let him do it, then he
Well,
was getting
no, no,
paid.
no, 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 no. They said because he was gay, they let him go.
But you
And
just
he's
said that they
and he's
knew he
heard
was gay.
about it. Huh?
But you just said that they knew he was gay.
They knew it. Yes, they did. But maybe
Oh,
somebody brought it to their attention. Maybe the church felt some kind of pressure and they let him go. That's what
well,
I'm saying. They knew the man was gay. 14, 15 years, they knew he was gay.
and I'm pretty sure the people knew he was gay too as well. They
Yes,
have
they
gay
did. He
people in
was, like I
churches
said, he
all the
was on
time.
Facebook. Some people were friends on his Facebook page.
They have
He,
gay
he
people at churches all the time. Choir directors, piano players in the choir. You know, they have
well,
gay
it's not
people
only the
all the
music
time.
department, but in the pulpit, on the usher board, in
No, hell no.
finance.
It'd be the pastors. It'd be the
Hmm.
people. You know, it. So, you know, I mean, this is not a shocker. You know what I'm saying? If they had to fire him, they had to fire him. You know,
Okay. I'm just saying, but for 15 years and so on and so forth, and all of a sudden, see, this is the thing. We live in a right to work state because we're in Texas. But even though we lived in a right to work state, when I was supervisor, it was like you had to leave a paper trail because you can't give anybody a good review and then next week fire them because they have just cause to sue you and they could win because at the end of the day you can't give
but
somebody a good review and then all of a sudden do that
Texas is
because
an
they
at
can
will
take you to
state.
court. Huh?
Texas is an at will state. They could just fire you.
Well, let me say this.
But you
I've
got
known I've known people who are in Texas and they just fired somebody, but they were protected class, they were older, they were gay,
yeah.
and they were black, and
They
they
have
took them to
laws.
court and they said, "Here's my reviews," and my reviews were good, and these people fired me, even though it was at will, but it was at the cause. And guess what? They won the lawsuit.
Yeah, because you got to go through the EEOC, of
Okay,
course.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. I
Okay, that's all
mean,
I'm saying.
okay.
That's all I'm saying. You're right.
Hmm. But yeah. You know, it just is what it is, Pastor. I wanted to come and be messy.
We know. But we dealing with fact though. My thing is the fact is that
Oh
it was in the newspaper and these things happen and so on and so forth. So that's what
no,
happened.
I wasn't done. I just wanted to. I wanted to see. Did you see Honest Road video today?
I did not. Mm-mm. What was it about?
Well, I mean, Honest Road is a stand-up guy. He is a
Mm-hmm.
very much stand-up guy, and I'm not just saying that. I really do believe that. He called out some shit today, and I think he responded to you because you've been throwing him shade these last couple of videos, and you've been, you know, and it just is what it
How
is.
have
But
I been throwing him shades these last couple of videos?
well, you said, well, Honest Rose was just sitting there and letting her get her shine. Honest Rose said, okay, he want to work with her one day. Ain't nothing wrong with supporting her.
Okay,
Like
then
you,
that's what she was doing.
yeah. So
And,
you
and,
know,
if, and if that's what he wants to do, that's fine. If you want
yeah.
people to call out their name and they stuff, and when they coming on, that's great.
Well, I think your
But
problem
you know
is,
what though, Brian, though, but see, this is the thing. I don't give a damn. See, that's the thing. That's the thing. I don't give a damn. And I really don't care. That's the real catcher. I don't care.
okay. Well, dang, I was coming to have a
No, I'm just being
discussion.
real. I good. You know
Oh
what?
my God,
Honest Roll can say whatever he wants. It's
you have to
great.
go
That's why we're
watch.
on this here. This is why we in the beef sector. This is what we do for the most part. But I really don't care. I spoke it. I knew what I said. A lot of people had commented on the, hey Jay, didn't you just have her on your show and she was treated with respect and so on and so forth? And like I
Mhm.
said, she took a buck and made $50 out of it. Because my thing is, I was just asking two questions and they took it like I was asking something else, and it was what it was.
Well,
But I
okay,
don't really care, Brian, to be honest. And no, I
okay.
didn't see
Well,
it.
all right.
Probably
Well,
won't
thank you,
look at
sir.
it anyhow now, especially since she done mentioned it, and that's what it's about. So I'm really not
Oh
interested.
wow. I mean he wasn't nasty or malicious, so I think
Okay,
maybe you should I think maybe you should just give it
I'm
a
not
give it
interested.
I just
I'm not. I'm not.
oh,
I'm
wow.
not interested at all. But I'm
Okay.
glad he has an opinion, and that's great. I don't hate honest, bro. We keep it right on moving because
I
that's what it is.
I think I'm gonna meet up with Rebel tonight.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah. Oh, but damn man, you listen, Pastor, you are in a bad mood tonight. I'm just
Oh
gonna
no,
wish
I'm not
you,
in a bad mood. I
you
just see
know.
it. I just see plays, and I'm like, let me go back to old beef sector of how I would handle stuff. Because see, you try to be nice to folk, and folk do this, and so this is how you have to handle things sometimes. So I'm like, let me go pull back some of the old stuff because everything old wasn't bad. So this is where I am right now tonight. So I'm not any mood. I'm in a good mood. I'm in a great mood. When you leave, I'm still gonna be in a great mood. And
Okay.
but I'm just I don't give a damn, and I don't really care what people think. Do you think what if I cared about what people thought about me, where I would be? I would be losing it, unhinged, going from panel to panel, trying to see what folks. I got other things to do. I don't have time for that. But when you get older, you'll learn that you don't have time for that foolishness, and I
Well,
don't.
Pastor, I just wish you all the best, and thank you for having some different type of commentary. It's
Hmm.
always good to, it's always good to stay abreast
Yes.
of different things, and I
Hmm.
like different news stuff. That's why I watch Fox News and
Yeah. You
certain,
used to do
certain
that. I
stuff.
remember you used to do that and you was just hilarious. Oh my God. What you say,
Well,
Brian? Oh my God, that was so funny. And then you would do the news and comment on it. I remember
well,
that.
things have changed,
We
and
know people were changing.
okay, but listen, God bless you. I came in here with my weapons down. We don't have to interact like this.
Brian, I don't have a weapon.
Okay, well, that's all I had to say, and it
Okay.
just is what it is. God bless you.
God bless you too. You
And
have
I
a good
think we
night.
hold up,
Don't
excuse
drink
me.
too much. Y'all have a good time over there
Wait, hold
in that section.
wait, hold up now. I think you should give his video a watch, and that way it
Mm-mm.
can be
Brian, I'm
further.
really not interested. I'm really
Okay,
not.
all right. Well, God bless you. Have
All
a
right.
good
God
one.
bless you. Child. Anyway, it's very interesting. It's very interesting. I'm not interested in that. First of all, I wasn't really throwing shade at Honest Row. If Honest Row wants to work with Queen Tulsa, let them work with Queen Tulsa. But I would really have an issue with somebody coming on my platform advertising like a used car salesman. But hey, everybody does what they have to do. Those were my thoughts, and that's it. I don't have a problem with Honest Row, never did. You know what I'm saying? Even when he was rolling that bed out of a box, I ain't had no problem with it because guess what? That was his damn bed. Okay? And if he wanted that bed, darn it, then that was his bed. That's how I feel about it now. And God bless him. I don't care though. See, that's the whole thing. I don't care. I don't care. And then what I said, and let me get back to what I said. It's really so funny. So then this accusation that I done stepped out on somebody that's deep. Stepped out on what? Excuse me? I mean, people act like they live in my home, which I think is very interesting. And folk don't know what happened or what devices or what I was doing. But yet we know that pastor hired that man and he was there for 14 years. Now, if I would say that Brian was up there picking up trade, he would be pissed off. But I don't know if Brian was picking up anything. He said that he was leaving his car and somebody walked by and they started talking. The next thing you know, somebody was asking them to buy a toy or something for them. Now that sounds very suspicious to me, but I'm not gonna go and say that Brian was picking up trade because I don't know if Brian was picking up trade or not. I can only go with what he tell me. And I wasn't in Houston and I wasn't there. I wasn't in the conversation. The next thing you know, Brian was cuddling with somebody because Brian said he likes to cuddle. Now I don't know what cuddling is, but that's what he told me, and that's what I'm gonna go with. I am not saying that that man is picking up trade because guess what? I wasn't in Houston. I don't know that, and I'm not being. Let me say this: I'm not being shady tonight. I'm just being honest. I can only go off of what he told me. I am not saying that he's out there trolling and trying to get stuff, and I ain't say that because it would be wrong for me to say that, especially I don't live in Houston and I'm not with Brian 24/7, and so I could never say that. Oh, I'm gonna drop the link. But see, this is why I get back because it's not fact. Now, that's me. But I don't live in Houston. I couldn't tell you where Brian live. I don't know where he shop. I don't know that because again, I don't know. So that's all I'm saying. I don't make assumptions like that. Anyway, you all. But I mean, seriously, I don't make assumptions like that. Yes.
You see, I don't understand you. I truly, with all my heart and my soul, don't understand you. I was just up here, Pastor, with all due respect. I was just up here. And when I tried to discuss the issue and give you my point of view, you was, a very short and you said, let's move on. But when I jumped off, now you want to start throwing accusations and things
No,
like that.
no. I didn't throw
Okay.
accusations. So hold on, no. Listen to what I
Okay.
said.
I
I
heard.
said that I don't live in Houston.
I
I
heard
don't
what
know
you
that. So
said.
I will not
But
try to connect that dot. I only know what you told me.
you was
So
trying
that's what
you
I said. I didn't
you
say
okay.
you was up there picking up trade. I didn't say that. But I said
Mm-hmm.
just because somebody passed your car and you had conversations with them and it got a little intense, that don't mean you was picking up trade. But see, I can't make that dot. I can't cross that bridge. You know why I can't cross that bridge? Because I don't know if you did or not, and I'm not in Houston. That's all I'm saying, Brian. I'm just taking what you said
Oh my
and
God.
letting you know that see
You're bombarding
it
me
don't
with
feel good
you're
when the gun is in
bombarding
your
me.
face. It
Listen,
don't
you're not
feel good
even
when the gun
giving
is in your face because again, all I'm letting you know, Brian, is
Yes,
I don't
sir.
live in Houston like you don't live in San Antonio,
Yes,
and you
sir.
don't know who's in my house, and you don't even know that if
Mm-hmm.
he even lives here or we're together. You're just making that assumption, and so that's all I'm telling you. And like you have gone and had
Oh
your
shit.
partying and dealing with what you did, I didn't make that assumption to say that Brian has done this. No, Brian. No, I'm being real right now because see, you all think you all are really smart. You think you play in
I
folks' face.
know.
I get what you're doing, but my
Okay.
thing is, see, it hurts when I said what I said, and see, my thing is,
It
I
didn't
preface
hurt.
what I said. I said that I'm not accusing you of that
It
because
didn't.
I don't know if you did that or not. But see, it don't feel good when people say that you trolling them streets trying to get some trade because that ain't cute.
Listen.
But like I said, I can't say you did or not because
Listen.
I don't live in Houston.
Listen. And I'm about to be trolling in a few minutes.
I'm sure.
Okay.
Okay, well, that's up to
Okay.
you. But you know what? You a grown man, and if that's what you
Okay.
want to do, that's what you do.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
it's that
Okay.
simple. So my thing is this: I'm happy and I'm secure with what I have, and what you trying to
You
get
didn't
or
even give
do,
me a
you be
chance
happy
to
with
say
that.
anything
That's all
back.
I have to say, Brian.
You didn't give a
Because
whole
again, my
speech.
personal life is
You
not
didn't
up
give
to
a whole
discussion with
speech.
you,
This is a
just like
one-sided
your personal life
conversation.
is not up to
This is a
discussion with me.
one-sided conversation. This is one-sided. You didn't give a whole. You didn't bombarded me with a whole fucking speech. I understand this is your channel. I understand that.
Well, understand.
All do
I understand, but don't come jump to me in my face with this stuff
but you got to
already
let me talk.
pre-calculated and pre-capped
You
because you
you
had
have
it pre-packaged and you didn't expect it to jump
you
off
have
like
to
this.
give me an opportunity to respond.
Really, I don't
And
have to give you shit, but I
oh
will. Go ahead.
wow, wow. I mean, is that how you really feel?
No, I just know how you are. Go ahead.
Wow.
Go ahead. See,
But I
see,
thought you said it never got personal.
sometimes you think it's other people, but then when you look
Wow.
at yourself and then you find out this is why people don't deal with you and this is why people move on.
Well, well,
I'm just saying.
it's either you deal with me or you don't.
I don't,
I don't
but
think I
I
did
tolerate it,
anything
but
wrong.
it is what it is.
Listen, with all due respect, you just let me know when I can talk, okay? Hello?
Go ahead. I'm letting you talk, Brian. Go
Okay,
ahead.
okay. Um, with all due respect, I said that. Well, I said that because, Pastor, earlier. No, I'm not saying what I said was right. I was just saying that since they're saying that this man and stuff like that, maybe I misunderstood how you was telling the story, but it
Hmm.
sounded like to me. as my individual self, it sounded like to me you was passing judgment, and all I was coming up to tell you, I didn't have no weapons in my hand. All I was coming up to tell you was, Pastor, we all make mistakes. You, in the whole situation with with the thing going off,
But you
you
don't know
didn't.
that. And again,
Okay.
I don't have an issue with that, Brian. But
Oh
see,
man.
let me say this.
Okay.
That's you
Okay.
being messy, and I understand you're gonna be
Okay.
messy, and that's your.
No, it
But
wasn't
you
me
didn't
being
listen to
messy.
the
It was
story. The
me
story
asking.
was,
It was
Brian,
me
that they
asking you the
hired a
goddamn
man.
question.
The man
That's
was
what it
no, Brian.
was.
But look. See, again, I cut it off because I know you,
Okay.
and I know what you're trying to do, and I know this.
I'm,
I've been in this sector for a long
I'm not
time, and I
trying to
know
do a
how y'all
goddamn
operate.
thing.
But if you would have been listening to
I
the
was listening
story
halfway.
was, the
I
story
was
was
halfway.
this man was hired by a church for
No.
14 years. The church knew about him. They probably he had his Facebook stuff posted, and they all of a sudden let him go after 14 years. And my thing is, well, I would really like to hear from the pastor of why he let him go after 14 years. It's not passing judgment on anybody. It's like, well, why did you let the man go for 14 years? And that's all I wanted to know. And I just brought that up because it was in the news. And the
Okay.
man was on there giving his side of the story.
Okay.
As
So
simple
yeah,
as that.
I was definitely off then. Well, my bad about that. My bad
Hmm.
about that. I
Yeah.
apologize about the whole
But
situation.
Brian, that's what you wanted to do. Because you
Mhm.
know what? If I can attack Jay and bring him a peg down, it makes me feel good. But it's okay if that's what y'all want to do. That's
No,
the
that's
hey.
not how.
I don't
Look,
know.
you need to
Well,
stop assuming
okay.
stuff.
So I'm gonna say this because again, people do a lot of stuff, and this is
Yeah.
why I stay out of a lot of stuff with you. When folk was going off and going left with your situation, with your
What
death, I kept
situation?
my mouth shut because I
What
respect people.
situation?
I respect people's mom,
What
and I respect
situation are you
death.
talking
So
about?
I don't deal with that. I
What
just mentioned it.
situation are you talking about?
I just
What
mentioned it, Brian.
what situation?
Listen to me. I
Folks were
said I
going left
respect
about
people.
what? They go left
I
every
listen,
day.
Brian. Listen.
I don't have
I
to go
respect
left. I can
people
go
when a
right.
loved one has died, so I don't go that low and I don't attack people.
Okay, that's
And when that
y'all.
happened, I
That's
kept my mouth
between
shut
you. That is
because I
between
don't
you
have
and
to be. I don't have to.
that is
I don't have to
between
go
you
there.
and yourself and God. What the fuck? I
Okay.
don't care
So
what you
Brian,
say.
it's good. So we have an understanding. It's good.
Well, it just seemed like you're very angry
No,
and
I'm
you're
not
very
angry.
upset
I'm just
about
tired of
something.
foolishness. I'm just tired of foolishness. And
Foolishness.
this is it.
Well,
It's good. It's
God,
good.
listen, brother Jay. I wish you nothing but success.
Okay.
God
I
bless you.
I have it already.
Okay.
It's good. It's
Okay,
good.
God bless you. I wasn't
All
trying to be
right.
shady. I just thought you was
Okay.
passing
Yeah,
a
you
little
were.
judgment.
It's
But you know
good.
what? It was my misunderstanding.
Uh-huh.
Excuse me. Maybe I
Hmm.
was jumping to conclusion. Excuse
Okay.
me for trying to, equate that. But I thought that you was passing a little, and that was just my personal opinion. So
Okay.
my fault.
Yeah. Well, that's what you
Okay.
probably want to do anyhow, but it's all good.
Probably wanted to do that, and then you mentioned it, and then you mentioned in your other video, like, okay, first of all, you don't have to always bring up a situation that I'm going through because first of all, a parking lot don't have nothing to do with nothing. Get over that. I'm way over that. You're more fixated on a parking
No,
lot
Brian, that's not the
and
case.
stuff
The
like
case
that.
was I didn't pass judgment to say that you was picking that up. Cause see, I didn't
Well,
cross that bridge because I don't live in Houston and I don't live with you,
that's
so I don't
between
make those
that's
assumptions
between you and
unless I
yourself,
know.
not Reen. I don't. That's between you and yourself. But I
Okay,
but
Brian. I mean, I
but
only brought
but
it up because you brought that up, and so my thing is,
yeah.
like I
But you put
said,
your
I didn't
stuff
make that
online
assumption
though,
to you.
so
No, no, listen, I didn't make that assumption
you
to
put your
you, so
stuff
I don't think
online.
you need to make assumptions for anybody else
I
because
didn't make
again,
no
people could have crossed
assumptions.
that bridge.
I'm just telling you what happened online and the whole situation of what we knew about your
Well,
relationship
I'm
and
just
stuff
telling
like
you what
that.
happened
So
online
that's
and what
all
we
I'm
saw
saying.
and what you gave us, and I still didn't make that
I didn't give
assumption.
y'all nothing but what's your name? He said his
Okay,
name
well
was
that's good.
Jason.
Well, it turned out to what's your
Okay.
name? Can you buy me a toy? So that
Well,
has a
and did
lot of
I buy
implications
it?
right there. But you know
Did I
what?
buy
That's
it?
the story you told, and that's what we're gonna go with, and it's
But did
all
I
good.
buy it though? Did I
It's
buy it,
no
Pastor?
okay, okay, that's good, Brian. All right,
Okay, so but did I buy it? Do I even still
okay.
talk to
I'm
you?
not. It's not even the point. It's all
Okay,
good.
well, like I said, you have a blessed night and God bless you.
Okay.
And you
You
can't get
too.
mad at something that happened on
I'm
YouTube.
really not
You
upset. I'm
always
just,
say
oh,
it all
I'm
the
not
time.
upset. I'm just
If it's
over
on
it.
YouTube,
I'm not
if
upset. But
but
you
you
had your
always say
moment,
it
and
if
I'm
it's
glad you
on
had your
YouTube,
moment.
we're gonna
Go
talk
ahead,
about it.
and so he'll make a video in about 5, and it'll be a,
I'm
go
not
ahead and
making a
do it.
goddamn
Well,
thing.
we
I'm
know
going.
your mo. You
I'm going to
predictable,
get
but
me a
go ahead and
couple
do
of
what you need
drinks
to
and
do,
have me
Brian.
a good. You don't know a goddamn
Go ahead
thing.
and do what you got to do.
I want you to have a blessed night.
I'm blessed. Thank you. I
Okay, well,
appreciate that.
God
I
bless you. Good
appreciate your
day.
sentiment.
Okay,
Yeah.
but
But
every
see,
time,
we would have been much better had you really just gone on and got an understanding of what we were talking about. This wouldn't have even been an issue. It wouldn't have even been an issue. But that's okay. It's never been an issue. But it's all good.
okay, but it sounds like you're in your feelings
I'm not. I'm
about
just
something.
tired, Brian. Look, I'm not in
Oh,
my feelings. I'm just
tired
tired.
of what?
I'm
I
just
don't bother
tired. I'm
you.
just yeah, okay. I'm
I
not
don't
in
even
my
know how to
feelings.
fix that.
I'm just exhausted. And then you got mad
Uh,
because I guess I mentioned something about I called Nika. What did I call Nika? Lady Nika Teresa, and it was a joke. But okay, okay.
who got mad about that?
Uh, anyway, it's all good, Brian. It's
No,
all
stop.
good. It's all
You need to
good.
stop lying. I don't even know what you're talking about.
Okay, okay. Well, I hope you don't look at the
I haven't
video
heard of
then,
Lady
because I
Nika
mean, you
in a
might really
minute.
bust a gasket then.
I have
So.
not heard about Lady Nika
Okay,
in a
all
whole
right, all
doggone minute.
right.
What is you
I'm just
talking
tired,
about?
Brian. I'm just tired. We were
Well, I'm
talking about
tired of you
something.
lying too as
We were
well.
talking about a situation
Uh huh.
about a man being let go. We were talking about the Diddy situation and the
Okay.
men sleeping with men,
Okay.
and people get tired of that because gay people always get accused of they doing this and this, and these men don't
Okay.
even identify. So that's what we were talking about.
I understand that,
That's what we started off with. We
but
started off with those
but
things.
where did Lady Nika come from? I'm still
Anyway,
confused
you
by
need to go
that.
watch the video. I did two videos about 2 videos ago about Lady
But you saying
Nika.
that I said something? I got mad about something about that?
No, you just didn't see the video.
Okay, so okay. See,
Just
I'm confused.
like you want me to go watch Honest Road, you might want to watch that video because I made a joke. And
About what?
if you feeling like that, then you'll probably feel about some. Go
Hold
watch the
up.
video.
About what? About me?
It was
Joke.
about you.
Well, joke away. I
It was
don't put the.
indirectly.
Okay, this is your
Okay,
channel,
I
Pastor,
know, I
and
know.
I make
So
plenty of jokes about you. So,
I know you
baby,
do,
you
but
owe
it
me
doesn't.
one. So
I mean,
I'll accept
so
that.
again, it is what it is.
I'll accept it. But
But
it just
tonight we were
what?
doing something, and you're right, we were doing
Well,
something
if
very
listen,
different. We were
I
talking
sure
about this
hate you feel that
situation,
way about me.
and this is what happened.
I really do hate that you have animosity and
No,
such
no, but I don't. Let me tell you what. I
harshness.
don't have
But
animosity.
I'm gonna
This is
pray
what I
for
want you
you.
to gather, Brian.
I'm
We
gonna
were
pray
talking
for you,
about something
Pastor.
that we was talking about
I'm
a
gonna
man who
pray
was
for
in a
you.
church. Hold on, was
Okay.
working at a church for 14
We didn't
years.
heard that. Okay,
Okay,
yes, we
but the
heard it
thing
about
is,
10
Brian, you
times.
came in misinformed
Okay, and I
and
apologize.
trying
Didn't
to
I
be okay.
apologize
So,
for that?
but yeah, okay, it's
Didn't
good.
I apologize for you?
You
Act like
did, Brian.
somebody
It's
didn't.
good.
I'm
You just get tired
tired.
of that stuff. It's almost giving me
Okay.
Jay Dunn tease. Oh, you just get
Man,
tired of
okay,
certain stuff.
well, that's when I got to. Yeah, y'all have a
Uh,
good night.
okay. Ugh, ugh. Mm. The thing is, like I said, I have explained and like I said, and you get this, and because this is what he really wanted to do, and so then it's like you trying to be shady, but I'm telling the truth. I can't make an assumption, and I'm not throwing shade at him, but I can't make an assumption that he was on the stroll picking up trade because of that situation. You can assume what you want, but I just, like, wow. I'm like, that's really interesting. Now you going this way, and it's just what they carry. People keep going and going and going, and it's always a narrative that you're doing this and this and this. And like I said, in these YouTube streets, baby, they here to tear up, and that's why I told Castro Cannon, get your relationship off of here. These folk ain't happy for nobody, so it is what it is. Um, no, I don't. I don't need to curse them out. I don't need to go that route. I mean, I'll say some choice words, but I handle it my way. It's all good. But sometimes you got to see it for what it's worth. And I'm not angry. I don't have any animosity. But you know what? I am tired. You get tired of the foolishness. And we were talking about something about somebody who lost a job, who had the job for 14 years, and then somebody come up and trying to be, well, you can't be judgmental. And right then and there, it's like, okay, and we're not being judgmental. My thing is, I would love to know why the pastor, after 14 years, decided to let the man go. Period. But when you don't listen, then you have to apologize. I wish you would listen because I know you had to take speech and logic at college. If it's a reputable college, I knew you would have to take that. And so that's why I am like I am. You just get tired of it. This is why certain people don't come on my platform now because it's just exhausting. You just like, oh my God. And it's just exhausting. So I don't have any animosity. I'm just tired. Same old, same old. So yeah. No, I don't need to cuss people out. I don't need to do all that because once you do that, then that's a whole nother thing. And like I said, Brian, I'm not angry. I'm just shaking my head because we see the play. You see, it is what it is. So do you think Diddy will do time? Um well, they haven't charged him with anything yet. I think they're looking for something. I think Uncle Luke was kind of right that they will look for so much, and then once they find it, the public opinion is there. And then to make that case stick, they have to get everything. They got to throw the kitchen sink at Diddy. Now, I'm not saying that Diddy is innocent by any means, but Diddy needs to know that if Weinstein and Epstein can't run from the law, you can't either. If that's the case. Um, Again, I think that Luke said that, after that liquor deal that went bad and he tried to get out and it was a lot of stuff because people have a way of trying to get back at you and they have a way of retaliation. That could be it too. It's a lot of things, but all I will say is Diddy plane left, Diddy plane came back, and Diddy ain't on that plane. So we don't know where Diddy is. Nobody has heard from Diddy. And so I find that to be interesting. And you got to find Diddy. And not only do you have to find Diddy, it depends on where Diddy is. They're going to have to extradite him and that's going to be interesting. So Diddy got out the country quick. Diddy was pacing for a reason. So I think that's going to be very interesting. But you got to get Diddy. Diddy's not in the country now. So we don't know where Diddy is. No one knows where Diddy is. Well, Diddy left the Sons, and we don't know. But we'll see, y'all. We'll see. We'll see. We really don't know. All I know is that the drug mule was apprehended, and they said that he had candy and all of these goodies laced with stuff. And again, that's not good because a lot of the victims said that they either ate something or drank something and they were out. And then the next thing they, woke up to something. So a lot of them are saying that. So that drug mule does not help Diddy's case because he got apprehended. And so there's a lot of things going on. All I know is Diddy left Opelika Airport in Miami. That plane left and that plane came back and Diddy ain't on that plane. And now they can freeze all the assets they want. Now, if JLC, if what she said was correct, and if he sold them stocks, because Diddy is wealthy now. Diddy don't have to come back. Diddy could go live somewhere else and live until he get ready to leave here. So I'm just really interested of what he's trying to do. Now if he ever stepped foot back in the States, he's it's over. if they convict him of something, but they haven't convicted him of anything yet. And Diddy said, I ain't gonna wait. Because again, if you haven't convicted somebody, you can't stop them from getting on the plane and go. If they would have convicted Diddy, baby, they would have taken his passport and they would have taken everything else, and they would have considered him a flight risk because he has the means necessary to fly where he wants to go. So Diddy said, I ain't waiting for y'all to come pick me up. He said, like hell. Well, no, I didn't. I mean, I know the sons aren't innocent either. I know the sons aren't innocent either. But again, they're looking for Diddy. And Diddy knows that they're looking for him. And it seems like these wealthy people are willing to sacrifice their children if need be. Hello, somebody. That's all I'm saying. Oh, well, I feel like Cassie tipped them off. Which one, that one, or do you think Diddy will serve time? Like I said, I don't know if he's going to do time or not. I think Cassie tipped a lot of them folk off. I think Cassie was the catalyst for a whole lot of this stuff. But like I said, Uncle Luke does bring up a good point. You know, okay, it seemed like they said when Bill Cosby was trying to buy um a network, that ticked a lot of people off, and that's when he started getting threats. And let me tell you, this is how I believe Hollywood works, you all. Now I could be wrong, but this is how I think Hollywood works. And if I'm wrong, hell, I could be. I don't know because I'm not there. I'm not there. I'm not there in Hollywood, so I don't know. But from what I've observed, it seems like these people let you get away with a lot of stuff. They let you, and they stack it up. They know what you're in. They know what you're about. They know your vices. They know your drug. They know your weaknesses, and they load you up. You may not do drugs, so that may not be your drugs. But your drug may be women. Your drug may be a whole lot of things, and they let you do it. Let you do it. But as soon as you tick somebody off, the right person off, or as soon as you threaten that power, they drop the ball. And I think that's what happens to a lot of people. And I think these people have gotten away with it so long that they think they're invincible, not knowing that what you do to them people gonna do to you. I mean, I'm looking at Epstein. Epstein never thought that those tapes and all of that footage would never be used against him or his accomplice. But those same tapes that he would threaten people with are the same tapes that did him in. And I think that's very interesting. And I'm gonna tell you, I don't think that man was. I don't think that man took his own. I don't think he took himself out. I think somebody took him out because I believe if he was living, baby, and they started um, getting those tapes out, and all of those people who done visited that house, and all of these elected officials and these millionaires and billionaires and people, baby, they don't want that embarrassment. Some of these people's wives probably didn't even know they were doing half of this stuff, or their husbands didn't know they were doing half of this stuff. I'm just saying. I agree, especially Batman when they Daphne J is 50 Cent. He laughed at her being listed as and she made a part accusing him of being a. Oh my God! I believe they all do stuff. The ones that let me tell y'all something. Now I ain't trying to be funny, but a lot of secret societies, they hold secrets, and it's almost like people who do drugs because they feel comfortable with people who do what they doing because they know they ain't gonna tell because they are all in it. But see, if you clean and sober, they're very uncomfortable with you because you ain't in it. I believe that a lot of people in these secret societies, they don't say anything because everybody done held someone. See, this is what I think, even with the YouTube beef sector. People start trauma bonding and people started pumping the prime to get information from other people. And so I think information is power over folk. And I think a lot of people do that, to be honest. I think in Hollywood and those places, the stakes are high because I wonder how many people got a script that they know they didn't earn, but they may have done something extra, if you know what I mean, to get it. How many people did the casting couch to get a role? See, that right there, they got you. They got you. And I think a lot of that happens. Kelly Price said that they try to find your vice or kink to keep you happy, then use it against you to keep you in order. Exactly. I think Kelly Price is right. Jay-Z isn't innocent either. He was, well, they said that when Diddy stuff starts to unravel, his stuff starts to unravel. Now, I don't know if it's true because, again, I don't live with Beyonce. I don't live with these people. But some people say that she is really doing things to distance herself. I'm not a Beyonce fan, so I wouldn't really know that. But that's what I've been hearing. But I don't know. What's up, Miss Philadelphia? So we'll see what happens, you all. I think the Diddy thing is big. So let me say this again. I am not saying and let me say this, I'm not beating up, and then some people say you beating up Pentecostal people. No, I'm not. I'm not. I'm not. We think that we can't say anything against the wrong stuff that churches do. Churches have really ruined a lot of people's lives. Not everybody's life. I believe that churches are beneficial. If it wasn't for churches, we wouldn't have social justice movements. If it wasn't for churches, Black people wouldn't be. I mean, the church is our institution. But my thing is, just as it's an institution, it also hurts a lot of people. And all I'm saying is, you can't be talking about folk and how promiscuous that they are, but yet your daughter or son at your apostolic church or Church of God in Christ or um, um, Pentecostal Assembly of the World or Bible Way Church got 5 children. I mean, that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. And I think that, people jump on that stuff and I'm just looking at this and then they let go. Now, a lot of people said that you let go of that Sunday school teacher. Are you willing to let go of your music staff? Are you willing to let go of your music and your performing and fine arts staff? And we're not even talking about gay men. Let's get with the lesbian women. Y'all, lesbians get really left out of stuff. And see, that's the whole thing too. It's always the men thing. But how many choir directresses and women preachers y'all know that's? I know quite a few choir directresses and evangelists that are lesbians and can hoop and holler and preach better than any man. So you gonna let them go? Lesbians ain't quiet. Who? Talking about lesbians quiet. Let me tell you something. Have y'all ever seen lesbians break up? Or have y'all ever seen lesbians in a love triangle? Baby, that's a whole mess. No, gay is not louder than lesbians. Lesbians are accepted by the uh, uh, patriarchy. That's what it is. Men want to see 2 women together. That's why women can sleep with another woman and still get married to a man because that's what patriarchy wants. So that's why lesbians get away with it. It ain't because they quiet. I don't know if you ain't seen lesbians go at it. I mean, like we ain't seeing Ness in this heat. Child, bye. Really? No, ma'am. It's because that's a man's fantasy to have 2 women. Child, y'all better get the real. You know what I'm saying? Lipstick lesbians are easy to hide, but let me tell y'all something. You let a woman get a short haircut. Baby, you let her get a short haircut. That's it. That's it. That's it. I know some women who are not lesbians and they got a short haircut. And I know a lady said, "Now, girl, you done got your haircut. The Bible says that a woman's hair is her glory." And she said, "And you just look, you ain't no lesbian, is you? You ain't, it's because that's the haircut they get. So now you can't even have a haircut that's short because if you have a haircut that's short, then you're a lesbian." Child, I'm like, And can I say this? I know Delta Sigma Thetas who are not lesbians, but Deltas are working women. I've always heard this stuff that if a woman got her hair cut, baby, she getting ready to work because she don't have time for all that maintenance stuff. But you know, I know a lot of AKAs that's lesbians, but they act like all the Delta lesbians because again, it gets to the colorism now. Because if you're a darker woman with short hair, then you must play in the women's palm. But them light skinned women with the long hair, not saying all AKs are that way. But I've seen that, y'all. I've seen that happen. I'm from the South and I've seen that. And let me say this, I have family members who are both AKAs and Deltas, love them down. But these are some of the stuff that I see. You cut your hair and you're a lesbian. Oh, is Juanita Bonham a lesbian or bisexual? Is she? Let me stop playing. We still don't know that. See, it's still not a big issue. Nobody talks about that. You see what I'm saying? I just think it's really interesting. But y'all, like I said, everybody got to do what they got to do. Well, look, y'all, it is. What's up, Tracy? Tracy, what's been going on with you? You've been doing all right, Tracy. Everything been going all right with you. Tracy, it's just been a lot going on. I've been talking about P. Diddy. I done been talking about the man who done got let go from the church. He was gay. We knew he was gay when we saw him. 14 years, they let him go. Then Brian came up, and I guess he didn't understand the question. And child, he was trying to attack and trying to be cute and messy. I'm glad he mentioned that, and I just wasn't here for it. It was tiring. It's exhausting, and so we moved on. But what's going on your end, Tracy? You said a lot going on. Baby, I hear a lot going on, Tracy, but what is going on, Tracy? Because the stuff that I'm hearing is really interesting, but it's about people giving folk access to their platforms and how people are using the platforms and others. I'm hearing a lot of that. I did give Rita a shout out. Oh, Lord, you said you took a Brian and Uppity. Mm. Oh, no, I didn't hear it. I didn't hear Brianna say that. Hmm. I didn't hear it. I didn't hear it. Okay, Tracy, you better see Tracy. Tracy said I'm booked and busy. Tracy said I'm not on YouTube like I used to be because I'm booked and busy and I only come on for a coin. Okay, Tracy, I understand you fully. Fully, Tracy, I understand. Mm, really? All I'm gonna say is somebody come out with a poll about her weight, she'll be crying. And see, don't get me started. If somebody came out with her weight, she'll be crying. If somebody said after all the weight loss, who's still the biggest, she'll be pissed. But see, that's what people do. I'm gonna leave it right there. People do a lot. If that's the case, people are always doing a poll. That's why I'm saying, like Brian talk about going and watch Honest Road. Child, I don't care. I just don't care. I think you should. No, I'm not interested. And see, that's the stuff that he be doing. And then next thing you know, he all up in arms and stuff. And like, I don't got time for that. Honest Bro has a right to his opinion. I just think that the person just used his whole show to get free publicity, at least get paid for it. Oh, not do a burpee. In case y'all don't know what a burpee is, you jump up, then you hit the ground, do a push up. Yeah. Then you bring your legs in, bring your legs out, bring your legs out, then bring them in, and then jump up again. So it's like a mini exercises all at once. Ooh, I hate burpees. Ooh, I hated them burpees, but they'll get you tired, but they get you slim real quick. Yes, they will. But Tracy said I'm booked and busy. She said I'm busy training. I don't got time for this. I hear you, Tracy. Well, I don't know. See, again, she might have done it in the gym. I really don't know. I only brought up that point because people always calling folk ugly and stuff, and all of this stuff. But yeah, it's interesting. Well, look, y'all, it is that time. I gotta go. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace and love. Bye.